Hello everybody, this is Lee Phillips' Journey of Truth. We are here in downtown Loganville on Main Street, and I got a couple of updates I'm going to give y'all. I'm going to give y'all another look at the curbing that got busted up. We're going to take a look at the asphalt that just got laid down over there on the street, and as you can see, there are lots of lawn chairs that are here on the green already. Everybody's getting their space, so they'll have a good spot. And we'll walk around and take a quick look and see what's going on. Gotta always come over and hit the signal. I'm gonna wait until this car goes by, and then we're gonna go. Alright, so as we're walking right here, I'm going to show y'all again. You can still see the tire tracks. They did come and clean all the debris off the best that they could so that nobody would trip on it. And from the looks of all the chairs that have already been put out, I'm going to say we're going to have a really good crowd tonight. Now, the video I did on the lowboy that came through here, and where I did all the point by point describing of what I thought happened as the truck came up through here, well, I talked to somebody who was out here when that truck came through, and they told me that they saw my video and that every single thing that I described as my opinion of what happened, he said was exactly what happened and the way that it happened. So we're going to walk over there and take a look at the asphalt, but there's something else that I want to point out, and that is here at the health department building, I was told that there used to be a trash can that sat right here, and it got totally destroyed. The stop sign that's right here got ripped up, and the telephone pole was pushed over so bad that you can see all the damage in the dirt where they had to fill back in a little bit around this pole. They've got to come in here and replace this pole. And that's no easy job, because this pole has got 3-phase wires hooked up to it. This is not going to be an easy job of replacing this pole, but that's what they're going to have to do. And I showed y'all the damage over on Pecan Street to the pole that was done down low, and this is pretty high up right here. I can't imagine a trailer that sits up this high, but a piece of equipment on a trailer would be that high if it was hanging over the edge of the trailer. But I also don't see any tire marks in the grass, but there are scuff marks when you get to right here. That's the only scuff marks that I see that are fresh. So whatever it was, it looks like only the very back end hopped the curb right here. But whatever it was that was up high on the truck that took... Folks, let me get up here close to show you the wood that is peeled off of this pole. That is not an easy thing to do. Alright, so let's walk across over here. You see fresh rubber and scrubbings on this curb right here where somebody cut this corner. Looks like going that way. Folks are rolling in here minute by minute to get their chairs set up in a place. That's the first time I've noticed that stop sign is really out there in the road. Got a little bit of debris left on this end right here around this gutter, but I'm gonna say so far the marrying up of the asphalt to the gutter seam looks good, and where they married up to the edge over here looks pretty good. I wonder if they're still working on their machine. Surely not, but they might be. They did a pretty good job around the manhole. So they're still working on the machine, but they went ahead and paved everything that they could pave. That's smart. Get as much done as you can. Well, that's a pretty big hole on this manhole right here. That's a pretty hard bump on that one. I think they could have done a better job on that one. Well, at least they're not up there in the ditch anymore. And they've got it back far enough where their boom's not hanging out over the road. That's good news. Come this evening, this is going to be a mess down through here. They did a pretty good job here. Looks good. Oh, they got some other pieces they had to take out. Looks like they might have had to rebuild the gear. They might have had to redo the gear in there. Got their paver sitting right here. Let's take a pause for a second. All right, folks, I had to have a conversation with the property owner here, but these guys have got a true debacle going on with this track. This track does not want to go back on the gear properly. And I don't know, they might have to break this whole unit down. And that's gonna be bad if they have to take the whole assembly loose from the machine itself. It's got a pin, you see the red spot that's right there? It's got a pin that goes through there, and that's what that whole track assembly pivots on. And they might end up having to take that whole assembly off to be able to get that track back on there. But there should be a location, and maybe that's what they're working on now, to take the link out to be able to reposition that track. Let me see if that's what he's doing, taking the link out. Yeah, he's getting access to take the link out, and that way they'll be able to get that reassembled. All right, let's take another little break. All right, I'm back, folks. Looks like they're gonna have to take this track all the way off to be able to get it realigned. If they just had a ½ inch more, they probably could have got it to jump back on there, but there's no way without taking the track all the way apart. So they're gonna work on that. I'm gonna let them get at it. That damage is a result of the side of the road caving away and the insufficient ditch line that is here. I don't think it was an issue with them driving. I think the edge fell off and caused the problem because of the drainage system that we have in town. None of these ditches in town have been serviced in probably 30 or 40 years. They've never been properly cleaned out, put back on grade after years of being filled in with leaf debris from people raking their yards and raking the leaves into the ditches, and not all being got up. It builds up over time, over years, it builds up. And ditches become inoperative. And when that happens, you start getting erosion problems and drainage problems, water backing up. Water backing up causes mosquitoes to be able to hibernate and breed and all, and it's there's all kinds of problems that arise. Now, you would think someone could say, we've been paying taxes for these ditches to stay maintained all these years. How come they're not maintained? Well, that's because somebody decided that tax money for the ditch clean out was better used somewhere else. And I mean, look at this. The ditch starts and comes up through here, and then it's just like, what is this mess? This is because of erosion, because they ain't got the ditches done properly around here. They need to get the ditches done right. How about let's reduce the pay rate, maybe, of the city officials and take some of that raise money away, because evidently somebody ain't been doing their job. Why should they get paid if they ain't been doing their job? There used to be ditches on both sides of these roadways, all around town. And now they're all filled in because of years of leaves and debris not being picked up and the ditches not being kept on grade. Now, I just about bet you there's a pipe underground right in here somewhere that's supposed to be tied into the gutter system, but I guarantee you it's filled in. So all the water that comes down this way, I guess, just runs out in the road right here and floods down this way. But that's all right. Pick up some of this trash. We want our town green looking good tonight. Folks, remember, take your trash with you or put it in one of these trash barrels that they have. They've got many of them spread out around the green here. Please try not to leave any trash on the green. That way, folks tomorrow that want to come out here and enjoy the green don't have to worry about the trash. And our city crews do an excellent job of cleaning this area up out here after the concerts and all, but they can't do everything. They need help. So it's a group effort, y'all. We have to make it a group effort. And that's why I'm out here doing this right now. I'm not getting paid, but I'm a citizen that takes pride in his town. And I want it to look as good as possible. All it takes is me reaching down and picking something up, and that's all it takes for somebody else. If they just reach down and pick something up and throw it in the trash. So there's the update on the curb damage, the telephone pole damage that was done over there that I didn't know about until this morning, and the paving update, which I feel for those guys working on that track. Working on heavy machinery is not an easy job. There's nothing fun about it. But it's a necessity if you're going to get the job done. So, from here in downtown Loganville, y'all come out tonight, 7:30, to see Departure. And you can see the arena is almost slam packed already right here on the concrete. And I'm sure that our lawn is going to be full. And this dance floor is going to be packed. Folks, y'all remember, be safe out there. Be good to one another. Do something kind for someone. And y'all have a blessed day.